Celebrities are broke. Who you with?
Celebrities are broke as fuck. The label owns them. They are literally a slave to the label. Okay? I work with a ton of celebrities, worked with a ton of celebrities, and I just want y'all to know that the budget never budgets. It is rare that they want to give you your full rate. Okay?
Yo, hey, dude, funny. Yeah, his name is Viva Lemaine. He said the budget's on budgeting.
For a project,
All right.
everything is nickeled and dimed, and everything is for a post. Okay? Everything is for, oh, I'll put it on my Instagram, I'll tag you, I post you. Everything is collaborations, okay? Everyone comes together for that post, okay, that's put out to the world.
So I had to stop this video and go back and do research on Viva Lemaine because I'm like, Viva Lemaine stays in LA, looks like he's in a nice car, look like he got some money. What does he do? And he's a hairstylist. So he knows if celebrities got money or not. So let's continue watching his video.
Look like it's something that it's fucking really not behind the scenes, bitch. Behind the scenes, it took them up to 30 days to pay the artist. Also, it was below the rate, bitch, because it was from a celebrity, okay? Everything gives charity.
A lot of those celebrities, man, like they nickel and dime everything because they have such an inflated ego in their mind. It's like, I shouldn't have to pay you. Just you being around me is payment enough. That's how a lot of these celebrities think. But it's like, shit, I got a skill. I need to be compensated for my skill or I won't be able to do my skill. But a lot of celebrities and artists don't understand that. But then they have a skill that they do and they expect to get paid for their skill. But they don't want to pay somebody else for their skill. That's why I don't like you artists. That's why I don't like you celebrities. I don't want to be around none of you motherfuckers. I don't want a fucking picture. I don't want to talk to you. Fuck you.
And that's the reality of it. Y'all guys sit there and watch these people with their fake chains, with their Balenciaga bags, and y'all guys think, oh my God, they're so wealthy, bitch. No, that is not wealth, okay? That is imprisonment.
Yeah.
Also, don't clock me because my hair is wrapped up. But I just want to let y'all guys know because y'all know nothing and y'all need to learn. Anyways, bye. This is why I'm very reluctant to working with a celebrity, picking a celebrity to work with, and I have said no to celebrities. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck am I going to work for? A hope and a dream, bitch?
Come on now. Stop kissing ass, man. If more people wake up like this brother right here and say, I'm not going to kiss your fucking ass and get my time wasted, a lot of them people will come down off their high horse. But they're up there because you put them there. You sell your soul for, like he said, a hope and a damn dream. When nowadays we don't gotta kiss ass. Back in the day, you may have had to kiss ass back in the day because of the gatekeepers, right? They were the way to get in. But nowadays with the internet, you don't gotta kiss ass. You can never do nothing with a famous celebrity and be popping yourself because at the end of the day, you need the people on your side. So Viva Lemaine did this video, but guess what? He got a part 2. Let's go.
This part 2 of Celebrities Are Broke as Fuck. Okay, so everyone in the comments was like,
Clock it.
you know, go in more depth, explain like how they get their cars, their houses, and everything. Okay, we're gonna get this tea. So when you have a mainstream artist, it's an artist that is an entity, that is a business, okay? And that business is basically being funded by a corporation, a label, basically, right? And so what they do is they give this person the amount of money and it's all fronted up front, okay? So it's a big lump sum of money at first. They get
a motherfucking loan.
Get this money and it gives them access to the big house, the car. The car's also on a lease, okay? The cars that they get, they don't just buy them outright. They're all on a lease. So it's all on credit and it's all on loans. Some of them do purchase the property, but then most of them are just leasing. So they don't really own anything besides debt. Now, I want you to think of this like a Ponzi scheme, a pyramid. You have this entity here, which is the business, which is the artist. The artist has a team. They have an assistant, they have dancers, they have glam, they have stylists, designers. set design, all this stuff. And it goes down like a pyramid, okay? The further down on the totem pole is the less and less amount of money you get. They get a certain amount of money for the budgets for their projects, and then it trickles down from there. That is where the haggling comes in.
Because remember, all them people in the team, their money is coming out of that artist's budget.
When they're trying to do budgets and they're trying to book a project, they will literally try to haggle down your rate so they can keep more of the money for them, okay? How do they get all their
And the money, that's the money from the loan that the label gave them. So all this shit is being funded by borrowed money. Remember that. And the artists, let's say you got 100% for the music, right? That's the product, right? The music, right? The artists, let's say they got about, I don't know, 10%. They're repaying the label, not off of the 100% of the sales, but off of their little slither of a 10%. Cold game. Cold game.
They're luxury brands, okay? So the brands will see that the celebrity has a reach. They have a big following. So they will send this artist clothes, jewelry, gifts. As you can see, all they send those fake necklaces that like are fake jewelry that you like test the diamonds and all that stuff. All those businesses will send them those stuff for free so they could put it on post, okay? And then the consumers, which is you guys, which is the people that see them wearing this thinking it's cool, is the people that actually pay. Y'all guys pay for the stuff. They don't pay for anything, okay? The stylists want to see them getting posted with the clothes that they gifted them. So then when they put them out, y'all guys see it and think it's cool, and y'all guys are the ones paying for anything. They don't pay for nothing, babe, okay? These brands will literally send them YSL, Balenciaga, like anything, because it costs them nothing to just send it to them so they can make more money through you guys, for the reach of the artist. So it's easy to look on the outside and see, oh my.
Woo, we need a second. This brother's preaching. Oh! This brother's preaching. It's all the facade. It's all the facade to get you to actually spend your money. And then the label get the return on their investment, but the artist is only paying back on their 10%. And I bet you the label got some stake in these brands that they are draping over the artist. So the label wins. The artist, if you're a big enough artist and you got compelling enough music or the fans love you enough, your little 10% can recoup. But most of them don't recoup ever. Woo! The brother cooking. You gotta clock that.
Oh my God, they're rich, they're famous, they're traveling, they're doing that. No, they're exhausted, babe. They're going from hotel to hotel, performing nonstop until they're like in their 70s, and they never really reach the peak of where they're trying to go. They just keep going and going and going and going. You don't really see any of them, just traveling, living their life, doing their thing. No, they're stuck to the contract that they signed, okay? And this is how they develop being cheap, because they see that people are just giving them stuff because they have they are famous,
yeah.
And brands are already doing it, so it's kind of like nurturing them to be like expecting that everyone gives them stuff for free or for a post, because everyone's like, just post it, just post it, just post it. It's like, babe, at the end of the day, we don't live off a post, okay? So that is a more in-depth play on that. And some of these people are like the Sean Kingstons, and I got some tea about Sean Kingston and his mom. He was a client of my ex's, and they gave Scamiana, babe. And I'm gonna be honest with you, before they got caught up, they were giving Scamiana. Yes, they were giving nickel and dime, haggling. They did pay their rate at the end, but it did take months to pay, okay? And it was a lot of the mom getting on the phone, a lot of this, a lot of that. We had to go to New York to style him, and it was just a mess. But I just want you to know that there's more than that. And that's just a little insight, because everyone's like, well, name somebody, name a babe. I have plenty of people I can name, okay? But at the same time, I'm not trying to out them. I'm just trying to give y'all guys the tea of what the tea is.
Hey, Viva La Main is cooking. This brother cooking. But he got a part 3. Hey, let's go.
This is part 3 of Celebrities Are Baroque. So I'm going to go in depth on the financial aspect so we can give a general breakdown of what this looks like. Okay, so you have said celebrity, said project with a said number, okay? So depending on the project and how big or how large the scale of the project is, music video, commercial, press junket. On the back end, the BTS, I'm going to give you the breakdown of what
BTS behind the scenes.
that should look like with creators, like the artist, the hairstylist, the makeup artist, the stylist. Makeup is charging anywhere from $250 up to $1,200 to $1,500, depending on the project, depending on how many people, depending on the scale of what it is they have to do. The same goes for makeup, for hair. Hair is usually a little bit more. It usually starts at like $350 and it goes up to go on set, and it can go up to like $1,500 as well. It could even go up more than that depending on the amount of work or what it is that you need to do, but that is just the base price, okay? Also, the stylists with the clothing, they also are getting anywhere between $1,200 to $1,500 depending on their day rate, okay? Also, depending on the scale of the celebrity, they're either working with an agent or not. And if they're working with the agent is getting 40% of the booking, okay? Woo. So you don't get the full amount, okay? It just depends. You want to get the person without the agent because the agent's going to be in your pocket the whole time. So that's already one person in your pocket. Now going
40%, bro. 40. And those are a lot of the gatekeepers, you know. You can't do things without the agent, without the manager. So you gotta you gotta suck it up and eat the cost. 40%.
Going back to said celebrity and their financial aspect, okay, so at the end of the day, they have the big house, they have the nice, big, beautiful luxury car. So they basically have a little bit more of a pricier of our overhead. So it basically ranges out to them being middle class, okay?
Damn.
And when you think about it, you're like, no, it averages out to that because they have a big overhead. They have responsibilities, and those responsibilities keep them at a middle class level.
Damn.
And so,
as Robert Kiyosaki said, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. That's a lot of overhead, team and makeup and
they are going to be watching everything that they are spending with like services, things like that, things that they're not able to obtain, like something they're not able to hold on to, like say like a piece of jewelry or like a Cartier bracelet or something like that gives like instant gratification. It's just like a service. They watch those things, so they don't really want to pay for that stuff because they're used to people giving them things for free. And so they're always trying to haggle, okay? Because also they're stressed out because, again, they're worried about the overhead. And so therefore they average out to being, like I said, a middle class person with an image and a following, okay? So celebrities will try the system any and every way that they can because they.
And then also depending on the deal that the celebrity is in, right? Let's say they tear me up with the music and all this over here. Let me go start me a little side business. Depending on the contract they signed, whatever little side business over there you want to like start on the side, the label gonna get that too. Dark. Like I said, a middle class with a fan base, a famous middle class person.
Know how to manipulate the system because that's what they do all day, every day. Now, I'm going to give you an example. There was a celebrity that came into the salon. I'm not going to drop the name. She came into the salon a while back. This was a while back. She came into the salon. She got a haircut. She pulled up in a Ferrari. Got a service. Got a haircut. Looked sickening when she pulled up in her Ferrari, but she got her service. And she got up, she went to go pay, and she literally walked out and did not basically tip at all. Didn't even think about tipping. She literally just paid and was like, I'm not tipping, and walked out and got into her Ferrari and drove off. And that is the reality of it, okay, girl? Like, listen, it is what it is. Some of them are generous and they're going to appreciate the artist, and some of them are not going to give a shit because the reality is they can do whatever they want to do because people yes man them the whole time.
When it comes to the tipping thing, I tip. So when I go to a restaurant, I tip. Now, if the person's an asshole, I don't tip shit. And maybe it's a LA thing, it's a big money thing, but some things I think shouldn't be a tip. I'm be keeping 100. Just include what you would want as a tip in the price, cause damn, like I went to the car wash the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and usually, like I haven't went for a while. At least to this particular car wash. And I went to the car wash to get my car washed. Hit the machine. I want the cheapest one that has the underbody wash. Let me get that one. Well, I went on this particular day to go do my thing, and a human showed up out of nowhere, wanting me like, "Oh, which one you want?" I want the underbody wash, but like in my mind, I'm like, "Why the fuck are you here? We don't fucking need you. Why the fuck are you here?" And I figured it out. They just want a tip, man. And I did not give them a fucking tip because this job don't need your fucking ass hitting the damn. I can hit the screen my motherfucking self. Actually, I prefer to hit the screen myself and not you in my fucking way. So some services, like, man, if you expect a tip, put it in the price because you feel like you're just paying again for no reason. Like I said, at a restaurant, I get it. There's some places I just don't get it. I'm be honest with you. Call me cheap, call me broke. Cause baby, I am broke. I am broke, baby.
And so that's the T. I know when you hear these numbers and the rates of the artists and all that, you're like, oh, that's a lot of money. Babe, you have to think of people's livelihoods and how people have to live, and also thinking of people with wealth. That amount of money usually is like nothing. It's like pennies to somebody with real wealth. And so that is just a more in-depth breakdown, so you guys can kind of see a little bit more behind the veil. And there's a lot more that goes into depth with their lifestyles and things like that, but like this is just an idea of like, okay, like this is the reality of the financial aspect. And the reality is that 9 times out of 10, the celebrity averages out to be a middle class person with a really nice house and a really nice car and a lot of responsibilities. Okay, clock that T.
Clock that T. That's actually pretty sad when you think about it. It gives a lot of context to how a lot of them. It gives a lot of context to how a lot of them act because, like, I make beats now. I do music. I'm in the music industry. I guess I make a little money from music, but I hear stories all the time of producers dealing with like major label artists and their lawyer is going back and forth with that person's lawyer, and an amount can never be there can never be a conclusion. It's not just, oh, I want this much. Okay, bet, give me that. It's like they don't want to pay that because they don't got the money because they got so much overhead that they barely making any money, and then they got a small ass percentage that they paying back to the label. So it's like it gives a lot of context. I'm not saying it's right, but it gives a lot of context. You're better off staying independent. Yeah, you're better off staying independent. I guess like if you have the type of music that can go global, or you have the type of service that can go global and garner you a huge fan base, then cool. But if you have a product or whatever music, whatever that plateaus you to a certain place, you might want to leave that big label bringing in investors shit alone because you gonna fucking fuck yourself in the end. Wow. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Viva La Main. Thank you for that. That was a damn good video. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Let me know what else you want to talk about. And remember, all this shit is simple. You and I are the problem. But Kelly out. Peace.